If you would like to know how to make these super easy chocolate flapjacks, then you're in the right place. And while you're at it, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Hello and welcome back to Simon's Baking Isolation Inspiration, the baking show where we don't take ourselves too seriously and we have fudging good fun while we bake. As you well know, today we're making flapjacks. Why are we making flapjacks? Two reasons. One, it's super easy, perfect for children to bake, and number two, I can't get any flour. It's as simple as, peeps. I cannot get flour anywhere, so this is a flourless recipe. The ingredients you're going to need to make these flapjacks are as follows. In the big boy, we have got 300 grams of porridge oats. In this bowl, we have got 200 grams of butter. In this bowl, we have got 100 grams of light brown sugar. If you don't have light brown, you could use caster, granulated, golden, dark brown, whatever you want. It's up to you at the end of the day. And in this bowl, we have got 3 tablespoons of golden syrup. If you don't have golden syrup, you can always use honey, but golden syrup is bellissimo. Now, you could make a naked flapjack, but let's face it, that's not how we roll over here. We like to make them fancy pantsies. And how do we do that? We're going to do some chocolate ganache with some white chocolate. I'm going to have a go at some nice feathering. So grab yourselves 100 grams of dark chocolate. I know what you're thinking, dark chocolate, ugh. But don't worry, I'm sorting you right out. 100 ml of double cream and some Milky Bar buttons or white chocolate. You want about 50 grams of that. Now before we start smashing all these ingredients together, preheat your oven. Gas mark 2 or 150 degrees. Get it on. Grab yourself one of these, a saucy pan. Next, you want to go in with your butter, your sugar, and your golden syrup. Now all of this garb needs to be melted together, so come and join me over at the cooker. And as if by magic, you've joined me over at my cooker. Now with all this stuff, you want to get it on a nice low heat and you want to stir it together until it's all melted together. Now while all that is melting together, get your parents to do the most boring job, and that's line you a baking tin. This one isn't very deep, quite square, and it's perfect. Now this is what you're looking for. You can feel that there's all the sugar's dissolved, and it's a nice runny consistency. Perfect. Now it's time to put all of this into this. Now your buttery caramelly mixtures in the bowl with the oats, just mix it all together and make sure that all the oats are covered in the syrupy goodness. Now it's time to slap all of this into this. Now with your spatula, just press it into all the corners and get it spread out all nice. Now I'm hoping your flapjacks look a little bit like that. If not, something's wrong. Next, you want to throw this into your oven for 40 to 45 minutes, or until it's nice and golden. The timer has just gone off, and I've got my boxing gloves on. It's time to get it out. Have a look at that bad boy. As you can see, it's got a different sort of golden colour, and that is what you're looking for. Now it's a little bit soft when you press it. That's because it needs time to harden up. So leave this to cool down until it's cold. Now there we go. The flapjack is now cooled down. As you can see, it's got nice and rock hard. Now you can eat this as it is, but let's ramp up the fanciness. We're going to do a nice ganache. What's ganache? It's a posh word for shiny chocolate. So for this, what you're going to need to do is get your chocolate, 100 grams right there, and in a saucepan, with your double cream, 100 ml of double cream. Pop it in there. And now you want to get that onto boil. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my cooker. So we're going to melt some chocolate. I'm going to do the double cream for the ganache. I'm also going to melt my white chocolate at the same time over a bain-marie. What's a bain-marie? It's quite simple really. Basically what you do is you put your chocolate in a bowl, pop it over a saucepan of boiling water, but what you don't want to do is let the boiling water touch the bottom of the bowl. It will burn your chocolate and it will make it taste real lucky. So just make sure it doesn't touch the bottom. So with your bain-marie, what you need to do is get the water on a boil, very low temperature. At the end of the day, chocolate melts in a child's pocket, so it doesn't really need to be that hot. So get the oven on, wrong ring, right to the lowest temperature. Now, while that's bubbling away, it's time to heat the cream up. So same principle, get your gas on to the lowest setting and just wait. Now while that's getting all nice and hot, here's a little top tip to you party people at home. In a bowl with your dark chocolate in, make sure you break it up nice and small. This helps so when the cream goes on it, it melts the chocolate a bit quicker. Top tip, the cream's nice and hot, just get it and pour it all over your chocolate. Now the residual heat that's in the cream will melt this chocolate and make it nice. Now this cream was only just starting to simmer with bubbles around the side of the pan. You don't want to boil it too much because the cream will split and it will taste real yucky. Have a look at that. Magic. Now it's time to pour this ganache on top of your flapjacks. Now with your spoon, just spread it all around. Now have a look at that. Doesn't that look all shiny and glossy? Now I'm going to go back and check on my white chocolate. And here we go peeps. It's starting to melt, nearly done. Just got to get them last bits melted. Now there we go, it never takes long to melt. Now I've got a piping bag and I've just popped it into a pint glass and folded the top round. That way it's much easier to pour in. Now with your white chocolate, pour it in to the piping bag. And make sure you never waste any of this. Blow on it because it will be hot. And then pop it straight in. Perfect. Now, with your scissors, just take the tippitiest tip bit off the top of your piping bag. Now, what you want to do is start off the board and go across. If you started here, what tends to normally happen is you end up getting a nice big blob in the side. We're trying to avoid that. So just start off of it. Just run along. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit wonkety donkety. I'm going to try something I've never done before. I'm going to see if I can do some lines in it, make it look a bit fancy. This is a first, so if it goes wrong, you're going to see it on camera. Now what I've done is I've got a skewer or a toothpick, whatever you've got. I'm just going to go along and ever so gently just go down it. And voila. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments down below. Did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? Does it look fancy? Does it not look fancy? This bad boy has been chilling in the fridge for half an hour. Let's get it out of the tin, cut it up and have a taste test. There we go, all cut up on the board, looking good. Now it's time for the taste test. Really chewy. Just how a flapjack should be.
Why did you make it with dark chocolate?
I don't know. Had in the fridge. Thought it would be quite grown up. You know, very sophisticated. Sophisticated people eat dark chocolate, don't they?
Can you make it with milk chocolate, my favourite?
Absolutely. Of course you can make it. You can make it with any sort of chocolate. If you want white chocolate, who cares? All you got to do is just measure out exactly the same ingredients, just with white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, any chocolate. Easy, really. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video. If you've enjoyed it and you want to subscribe to me, click my face right here. And while you're at it, click here to see all my other videos. Thank you very much. not sophisticated enough for dark chocolate. I prefer milk chocolate any day of the week.